Equation of a line given 2 points. If we have just 2 points on the line, we can find the equation of the line, and it can be any 2 points. It doesn't have to be specifically the y-intercept. Remember, with our y equals mx plus b form, we had to have the slope and we had to have the y part of the y-intercept. And using this formula won't work unless you have both of those things. You have to have the slope and you have to have the y part of the y-intercept. If you don't know either one or both of those, you can't use this formula yet. But if you give me any 2 points on a line, I can find the equation of the line, and I want to teach you how to do that. So once the points are given or determined, you can find the slope. So we'll first calculate the slope from the 2 points that we know. And then once we have the slope, we can use either one of those 2 points we started with and the slope to find the equation. So determine the equation of the line given the following 2 points. So the first thing I want to do here is find the slope. So if you remember, the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And remember, the other way we can look at that is just to write our ordered pairs top to bottom like this. And remember, if we want to use this method, we take the difference in the y's and do that first. It goes in the numerator, and then the difference in the x's, do that second, and it goes in the denominator. So we can look at it either way. 3 minus 5, that'll be the y2. This will be my y2, and this one will be my y1. So 3 minus 5 over the 1 minus a negative 2. And when I calculate that, 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And then 1 minus negative 2 is the same as 1 plus 2, so 3. So my slope, it looks like, is going to be a negative 2/3. Or once I have the slope, then I just need the slope in one other point, and I'm going to use the slope of negative 2/3 and a point of 1, 3. Because that one looks easier to me because it doesn't have negatives and the numbers are somewhat smaller, we can just use the y equals mx plus b formula if we want to, and we're going to plug in the x and the y and the m and solve for the b. So if we do that, we'll have 3 equals negative 2/3, and then in place of the x, I'm putting in a 1, and then plus b, that's the one variable I don't know yet. And then go ahead and multiply across, so I have 3 equals negative 2/3 times 1 just gives me negative 2/3 plus b. And then I'll add 2/3 to both sides, and I end up with 3 and 2/3, which is 9 11/3 equals b. And then I can write my slope-intercept form very quickly. Y equals negative 2/3, that's my slope, x plus, and it was a positive 11/3. And there's my equation. Now we do have one other equation. It's y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. And to use that, we plug in our x1, y1, which is our ordered pair, and the slope. So let's take a look at that one. It's another method to find the same thing. So we can say y minus 3, because that's our y1, equals negative 2/3 times the quantity x minus, and 1 is our x. Then I just distribute here, and I have negative 2/3 x plus 2/3 equals y minus 3. I'll add the 3 to both sides. You can see how we're ending up with the exact same thing. Y equals negative 2/3 x, and then it's plus 3 and 2/3, or 11/3 as I calculated before.